Hey, welcome to GiveMeApps, your app mall, the #1 independent app store. Today we're checking out RingApp. This is by Ping Ocean LLP for the Android platform, not to be confused with the Ring doorbell camera app. The Ring app has to be one of the most comprehensive spam-fighting apps on the market today. It not only fights spam calls, we're talking about those unwanted telemarketing calls and polls and whatnot, but it also fights unwanted SMS messages. And we're not even talking about just from the mobile networks, but also by way of instant messengers. You may receive some spam via WhatsApp, Viber, and some other instant messaging app. This app fights it from the source. Let's take a look at the main menu here. And by the way, there are some other cool features that this app has to offer. You can actually make money testing phone numbers that you can add to the database. And by doing this, you, again, can earn some cold, hard cash, up to $10 a day, which is quite nice. We're not going to go over every single feature. As an example, the test number feature requires you to register your number. We didn't want to do that for this overview, but we will post some screenshots so you know what it does or how it works or the experience that comes along with doing that. Take a look at the main screen here. You can see that it says calls and SMS on the top. You also have the blocker and log on the bottom. If we tap on log, what's pretty cool is right away you can see all of these numbers that I received calls from today, and a lot of them actually happen to be from spam numbers or spam sources. So perfect for this overview. Let's take a look at this settings area here, and as you can see, the interface is quite intuitive. Take a look here. You have synchronize, which is pretty cool. This will allow you to synchronize your phone with their database, which already includes 9,000 plus spam numbers, and the list grows daily. So if you want to add all of the numbers that are included in their spam database so you don't receive calls from those numbers, right out the gate, you can do that. Take a look here. You have private numbers, a nice setting. This is one of the reasons why we said this is kind of like a one-stop shop, because you can block private numbers and it goes just beyond the typical spam. Take a look here. Unknown numbers. Block all calls except from the contact list. If you're one of those people, and I know plenty of them, who don't like, if you're the type of person who doesn't like even getting friend requests from people that you don't know on, say, Facebook or one of the other social media platforms, this will be perfect for you, because if you enable this, you will only receive calls from numbers in your contact list. Take a look here. Pop-up messages, display caller ID, and block numbers. You also have a whitelist, which is pretty cool. You can add numbers to never be blocked. Simply tap on that. You can enable it if you want to do that. Take a look there. And here you can add numbers. Now, you can see one of the calls that we received today, and this is actually a spam number. I can add this to my whitelist if I wanted to do that. I'm not going to do that because I don't want this on the whitelist, but if I were to add that, you would receive calls from those numbers, all right? So as you can see there, it says here you can add numbers that will not be blocked. So that's a pretty nifty feature. We're going to go back, and you can see that it's enabled. You can select language, and of course you have the About Us. So let's go here very quickly, and let's check out the log. As you can see, we have here, and the blocker. We're going to tap on blocker. Now take a look here. You have calls and you have SMS. We can simply tap on a number. And by the way, take a look here. It says show calls that are not in the address book. You also have your contacts there, which I quickly went back and forth from because I don't want to expose my contact list here in this video. Now, take a look here. If we tap on this, look at the options you have: spam, sales, foreign unknown, personal call, fraud, debt collection, interview. This is pretty cool that it has all these categories from the gate. Spam, sales, foreign unknown, personal call, fraud, debt collection, and interview. So let's say I knew the person, but I just didn't want to receive calls from this person. I can add them to this list. Take a look here. It says add to spam list. Now, once I do that, there it is. You can see that it's added to the list. Now I can delete that if I wanted to do that. And if I bring this even closer, you can see when I added it, it says October 3rd, 2021. And you see that it says spam right there. Same deal with the SMSs. Now, I didn't receive any text messages today, but if I did, you would see that pop up in the list. Let's say you had an annoying ex, or perhaps there's someone that you didn't want to do business with anymore. Well, you can add them to the SMS list the same way that you would to the call list. And of course, you have to enable a blocker. So take a look here. To block unwanted calls and SMS, allow to manage calls and read SMS. To display name from undefined numbers, allow access to the contacts that will be synced to the Ring app server. You can deny or accept. We're going to deny for now. By the way, when you set the app up for the first time, it's obviously going to ask for permissions, and that's kind of what this is talking about. So if you don't enable those permissions, then the app will not run the way that it's supposed to. So keep that in mind going forward. So you saw this. You have the SMS section, you have the call section, you have the log section, and the blocker section. All right, and we just showed you how to add calls from the or to the blocker list. Now, I don't have access to this specific number, but if I did receive the call from this number again, and I know I will, then it will block the number. Trust that it does work. We did test this out earlier, and it does work very, very well. And by the way, we should point out that there are over 6,000 reviews for this app in the App Store right now, and that would be Google Play. So listen, and they're rave reviews. So our overview here with our thoughts on the app are in line with what many people have to say about it. So we're not just saying it to say it. So take a look here at the top. It says sign up to earn money on test calls. All right, so if you sign up, which we did not do, but we will post a screenshot. You get this here, privacy policy, and you need to be over 18 years of age. And once you do that, well, you have to click on the privacy policy also. You can tap on start, and when you do that, it loads this up. We're going to show you this momentarily. Now you have to register your number. We're not going to do that for this overview just because we don't want to do this with my private phone. However, just know that if you do that, you can earn money on adding numbers to the spam list, which is amazing because it gives you an incentive to not just use the app, but it also helps others out so they don't have to deal with the tons of spam that people receive daily. And I'll tell you, you have the national database of all of these numbers, but for some reason, many people still receive spam calls, and this app allows you to do all of the things that I just mentioned here. So nice and comprehensive. You get the cool categories. You have the ability to block SMSs, not just through the mobile networks, but like I said, through the different instant messengers. And this app takes care of it all. Guys, we've been ranting and raving for the last 7 minutes. This is the Ring app. Cool, works very, very well, and it stops everything at the source. So just keep that in mind. You can set up call settings and perform tasks in automatic mode. So you can keep that in mind as well. And you have some other features that we have not covered here, but do check the app out. Do download it. It is a free install. That's really cool. And you have all these great incentives. Guys, you have the following permissions and functions that will be used. Read call log, write call log, read contacts, answer phone calls, call phone, read phone state, access network, state, internet, read SMS. Obviously, it needs to access those permissions in order for the app to function. Guys, once again, Ring app. This is by Ping Ocean LLP for Android. Let us know your thoughts. Why don't you download the app and leave some responses below on your experience with the app. And also, as always, we always encourage viewers to suggest improvements to the developer because a good developer always wants to improve their app. Guys, once again, Ring app. This is the GiveMeApps YouTube channel. GiveMeApps is the world's #1 independent app store on the planet. If you're a developer, you can keep the full 100% of your download sales through GiveMeApps. And if you are someone who just loves to download apps, GiveMeApps is the place to go. All platforms are available. Guys, we hope you enjoyed this as much as we did. Till next time.